Hey dudes and chicks, and neither if those rules don't apply to you. Welcome to my channel. My name's Katie, and today I'm going to be talking about my experience with the Melt Cosmetics Muerte Palette. So if you're interested in that, stay tuned and I'm just going to get right into it. Glad to be back. It's been a while. Where to start? So most of you know I did my initial review on the Muerte palette quite a while ago, probably a week after Black Friday, right? That's when I got the palette. And I was disappointed. My disappointment was fucking palpable, actually. Everybody said that I was pretty nice about it and that I didn't seem like too disappointed, but like I was really surprised at how difficult it was to work with this palette. I went to school and I just decided I got way too excited and I didn't think about what I was gonna do. I was so excited that I basically busted before I even got my pants off. So I went to school and I did some diagrams and I mapped out the colors that I was going to put together. I decided, since I came up with 5 looks, that I was going to do 5 days of death. And I was super excited about it, and it was going to be super cool, and it was going to be my intro to Metal Monday, which I'm going to start doing. I'm going to post a video using only metal music on Metal Monday. I gotta be true to myself. So anyway, I was super excited about it, and I did actually about probably 10 to 13 looks with this palette, and they all looked like shit. I could not get a single fucking one to look good. And it really kind of took the piss out of it for me. To tell you the truth, I haven't been uploading because I was trying so hard to get that one video filmed and edited and all put together. I have so much footage of me doing looks with this palette that all turned out like shit. I may have been going about this all wrong. So all my reds were pulling purple. So if you can see right here around my eyes, I went for the red look. Today was going for the red, the on the nose red look that you see right here. I was going for that. And it just pulled purple. I mean, you can see it clear as a bell. It's purple. Well, one day I'm sitting at the desk at school, working the desk, and I thought, oh my God, my brushes are so dirty. They have barnacles. I need to clean my brushes. They were filled with blue. That's the reason why I couldn't get the reds to pull red. They were pulling purple because my brushes were filthy. And this was like 10 days into it. So I was so excited, and it took me a couple days because my brushes are fucking extensive, dude. Like, cleaning my brushes is no easy job, and I'm sure that there are many of you that can attest to the same thing. Like, I don't know, but yeah. So it took me about 2 hours, and I cleaned my brushes and I fucking tackled it again, and it didn't fucking help. Like, my looks didn't pull purple. Like, I could get the red, like I'm wearing the red right now, right? But I just couldn't get them to look good. I just couldn't get them to look good. And so, I just gave up. Honestly, I gave up on makeup looks altogether. I did a look with the Juicy Olive palette, and, it was just, it did this exact same thing where it was like getting patchy in the crease, and I couldn't get it to stick in the crease. And I was driving down the street and I realized, like, fuck, dude, probably 3 months or right about the same time I started my channel and I started school, I started moisturizing my lids with my eye cream in the morning because when I put NYX glitter primer and put shimmers on my eyelids, I get like old lady crepey eyes, right? Like, they look crinkly and gross. So I started moisturizing my lids about the same time as I started my channel and all this was going on. So I put that together and I was like, oh my God, I'm so glad it's me. You know, in recovery, I have learned that, like, you know, if I'm not the problem, there is no solution. As long as I'm the problem, there's a solution. Like, if it's the palette that's the problem, then there is no solution. You know, I'm not sitting here trying to fucking begrudge Melt or like get pissed at this fucking palette. I want a fucking solution. I want to figure out how to make this motherfucker work, right? So I'm like, oh my God, I've got it figured out and yada da. I am fucking excited about this look. I am so happy. You know, I was thinking that I'm so grateful that I got this palette because I've been putting that moisturizer on my eyelids for months. And I'm so grateful that I got this palette and was so sad about how it wasn't working for me, that it gave me an opportunity to like realize what I was doing wrong and to stop doing that. So I'm just so grateful for this palette, and look at this look. It's amazing. I am so excited about it. Even my daughter was like, man, your makeup looks really good. And like, honestly, my frustration with this palette has been like, it has changed a lot of things for me. Like I figured out to stop moisturizing my lids. Now I just do it at night. I figured out that I need to keep my brushes clean. Like I can't just be letting them get dirty like that. They'll like, every color will be the same. I'll be fucking every color, every look will be brown or purple. So that was two things that I learned. And to tell you the truth, I've probably used this palette more than any one palette in my collection, except like my Venus palettes. So, and my Modern Renaissance palette, I've used that a lot. Like this is like really coming in at number 4. Like I literally don't have a palette I have used as much as this, because I've been grudge fucking this palette for like almost a month. Grudge fucking this palette. I'm gonna force my will on it. So, or a month, over a month. So yeah, I was gonna do 5 Days of Death, and I was, you know, grudge fucking the palette, and I'm gonna make it love me. And like, honestly, it took the piss out of filming for me. Like I literally got so discouraged trying to film this video and like trying to edit. I have fucking acres of fucking videos of this fucking palette that are like, it's so overwhelming I don't even know what to do. So that's why I'm like just gonna edit, and I'm just gonna throw some footage up here while I'm talking, so you guys will have something to look, and you guys can watch me do makeup while I'm like sitting here just talking, because like I literally am like at my wits fucking end with this. Like anyway, okay, so what's next? So I was excited that I figured it out, and I did another look, and I could not fucking blend this blue out. It doesn't matter. I cannot get a good blend on this blue. Like, I don't understand it. Like, I just cannot. It doesn't matter if I go light and build. It doesn't matter if I pack it and try to, you know, blend out the edges. It just doesn't matter. Like, I cannot get this blue to blend. And I realized, I did a look with this blue and then this green and this blue shimmer. Now, I am going to say this blue shimmer and this green shimmer, well, they're both pretty spectacular. However, this green shimmer, this aquamarine shimmer, although it performs really well, I literally have about 9 colors in my collection that are pretty close to identical. So fucking close. And a couple of them are better. Like, I would say the one in the Juvia's Place Zulu palette was really good. My ColourPop Super Shock Shadow in Daiquiri is pretty good. I had a few. I mean, this is pretty unique. This color right here is pretty unique. Now, I do have the Oceanic palette by Ace Beauté and the Whale Song palette by Menagerie Cosmetics. And I guarantee you that these colors right here, you can get these looks from those 2 palettes, period. Like, it doesn't matter. And I realized, like, I can get those exact same looks from those blue-green palettes that I have. And it just made me realize, like, I have other palettes. Like, I got a really cool look that day. That look that I did was fucking beautiful, but it took me a while, and I had to work really fucking hard for it. And I just realized, like, I have a ton of palettes that I could get the exact same thing. Like, these 3 colors right here, you think I don't have those motherfuckers in my collection? I fucking do. And this white right here is like, it's okay. I have it in my inner corner highlight. It literally does not fucking perform that well. I literally do. I feel like people are like mesmerized by, or like, they're like brainwashed. People are brainwashed because this palette had such a good, campaign. It had its promotion was so great, and Melt is so great, and the packaging is so great that people, and the colors are great. They are great. But I literally have created 2 looks exactly like that look I created that day with my Be Perfect Carnival XL Pro palette. I created one very similar. Now, there are 2 things that I am going to say about this palette. The one, and I don't want to forget, the one thing that I want to say about this palette here is I have really built a relationship with blue-green eyeshadow from fucking with this palette so much. I have literally like fallen in love with blue-green eyeshadow on my eyes. Now, for those of you who don't know, blue and green are not, they're not that easy to wear. But what I found from like messing with this palette so much is that I feel like I look so exotic and so magical and like mythical, and I don't know. There's just something about blue-green makeup that I have just fallen in love with it from using this palette and like wearing it so much and like building a relationship with these colors on my eyes. These colors right here. Now, the other thing I do want to say about this particular palette that I cannot say, like I have palettes that you can get the same looks. I have palettes that you can do the same things. However, there is a certain undertone in these colors that when I wear them, I feel like I look like death. I actually feel like a sugar skull right now. I can see the death in my eyes. I feel muerte, right? And so, like every single look that I have done with this, even the ones that look like shit, I felt like I looked dressed for the Day of the Dead. There is just something about these tones compared to my Oceanic palette. I'm gonna grab some shit right here. Okay, so I'm gonna start out with the Blood Sugar palette because I just want to show you how similar like this row, like especially like these 2 colors right here and this color right here. It's not identical, obviously, but like it's kind of the same effect. I have a lot of red palettes. My Venus XL, my my Venus XL. So I'm going to show you some of the palettes that I have that you can get those same blue looks. This color right here is like almost, it isn't, not a dupe, but it's very similar to the color Angelito. And then these like blue grays right here in the, you know, kind of the same. I have others that are closer though. So these are the 2, the Whale Song palette, where you can really get those blues. And here's these grayish tones that you can get that like gray feel. The Oceanic palette right here is a lot, like you can kind of get a similar vibe of that one blue that I said wasn't dupeable. What was it? It's not identical. Noche Eterna. So yeah, I mean, it just kind of made me think, and I kind of started doing some looks. I also want to show you in the Zulu palette. That color right there is very similar on, like, as it swatched on the arm, that color pulls very, very close to the color Angelito. And so does this one. And this is, Banana Daiquiri by ColourPop. I have others. I actually had about 7 swatches on my arm that looked very similar. Also, I did a look using these colors right here, and then these colors right here in the Stacey Marie Carnival and the Carnival XL Pro. I did a look that dupes those looks. However, they appeared way more upbeat. So they didn't look dark and filthy and depraved and what do I feel like I look like when I wear these shadows? I feel like my eyes look hollow. Like I feel like they look sunk in and like dead. And so I don't know if that's the appeal. I don't know if that's why I'm trying to beat this palette into submission, or maybe I've just decided that I'm just going to take it for what it is, because it has a feel that, like I say, it's like, I don't know, there's just something downtrodden about these colors, and it is different from these colors that just pull more upbeat. I don't know how else to explain it. So with all that in mind, I've realized I'm actually obsessed with this palette. I cannot fucking stop fucking with it and playing with it. And so I've kind of gone back and forth. I've thought way too fucking much about this fucking palette, and I do like the looks. And so here's the final thing is what I'm going to end on. I'm going to zoom into my face. And I've been wearing this shadow since about, and see, this is that shit. Like it, you know, stopping moisturizing my eyes did not change that. It still does it. And so I've been wearing this for about, okay, so it's 10:03 right now, and I put this makeup on at about 12:30. So it's been on here a while, but I guarantee you it's been like this all day since I put it on. Like it started out not quite this bad, but it was started the minute I put it on. And like I tried, and I was gonna like fix it before I did this video, but then I just decided I was gonna give you guys the real. I don't ever want to suck nobody's dick for makeup, but I kind of, at this point I'm so fucking broke, I would suck dick for makeup. So I don't know. I would actually suck dick for makeup, but I don't want to kiss anybody's ass on my channel for makeup. So yeah, sorry about the heated controversy. Everybody loves these palettes. Everybody. Every fucking YouTuber. If you listen to everybody's reviews, they love these fucking palettes, and I want to love them too. So like, I am like a perfectionist when it comes to my makeup, and I don't like to walk around looking like I don't know what I'm fucking doing. So it's difficult for me to just accept this palette for what it is, and just accept the fact that it doesn't do, that it looks a certain way, the way that I want it to look, but it also makes me look like a fucking amateur who doesn't know how to fucking put my makeup on. And so I've tried different styles, I've tried different placements. I had problems every step of the way with this palette. The looks took me so long every day. I was almost late for school every day. Like, I just had a really difficult time with this palette, and I wanted to love it. The look I wore earlier, it looked really great when I finished it, and then by the end of the day, it was completely gone. Like, I can't get this palette to stay on my eyes. One look that I did, the first look I did, at the end of the night, that look was completely a wash. Now, I may or may not have participated in a baby mosh pit. When we found a hidden gem in my town, there was a little tiny pit going, and so I did engage in that fun. However, it was a baby pit. It's not like I was at fucking Pantera or something. You know what I mean? It was a baby local pit that was like maybe 10 people moshing. Anyway, so I kind of chalked it up to that I was in a mosh pit, but then today the same thing happened. So this look I'm wearing, I used a different primer. I use the P. Louise primer with every look that I do. I believe in this primer so much. And so tonight I used the Makeup Revolution Cut Crease Canvas. And I'm not going to really be able to tell if this makeup stayed, but you can already see it's just not, it just won't stay in place. I can't get it to blend. It keeps disappearing in the crease. It just, all the pictures I took were, I mean, the look is beautiful. It's a beautiful look. And to the unsophisticated eye, I guess, am I a perfectionist? No, I mean, I am, but still, $60, I should get $58 plus shipping. I should get perfection. So I love the look. I just don't love it that it doesn't look, I mean, this is bullshit. and I don't have oily lids. And so I don't know what is really... This palette made it into people's top palette of the year. Several of my favorite people talked about this being their favorite palette of the year. And honestly, I want it to be my favorite palette of the year. So anyway, so that is my growth experience that I've had with this palette. And like, we have a love-hate relationship. Like, I have been battling this palette for like a month, and it really like kind of took the wind out of my sails as far as my momentum with my channel. Like, I had all these backup videos, and then they all just seemed to be getting boring, and I don't know, it was just weird. So I'm in love with this palette, and I hate it. Like, I want it to be this thing. I guess I don't really know what I expected this palette to do. I think maybe I expected head and breakfast, right? But like, this was the issue. So I wanted to tell you guys that I had so much spiritual growth as a result of using this palette. And like, I have like leveled up my makeup skills like a lot, because like, I have just been like working this palette, working it, like straight up fucking laboring over this palette. So anyway, I just wanted to talk about the Muerte palette, talk about the process, and like talk about what I loved about it, what I hated about it, and like what I learned from going through this struggle. Do I regret buying this palette? I don't. I don't regret buying it. I'm glad that I bought it. I'm glad that I have it in my collection. What I regret is buying it right now. I regret buying this on Black Friday during Christmas time, when I could have spent this money on Christmas presents or my bills. Right now is like kind of a hard time. So basically, I think that my judgment on this palette has been skewed by my desperation for money in the middle of my school season and Christmas. And now I just want to move on. I hope you guys love it. If not, it's okay. Thank you so much for listening. I hope this was helpful. Thought I needed them and I didn't need them. And maybe now we talk about consumerism. If you like this video and you want to see more videos like it, don't forget to hit the like button. If you like the looks, if you liked anything, if you like my filthy mouth or whatever, hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell so you can see every time I upload. Let me know what your thoughts are on this video, on the looks that I did. Hang out with me in the comments. Tell me what you think. Do you own this palette? Do you want it in your collection? Are you a collector? Because this is clearly a collector's item. I mean, fuck. It's a fucking skull palette. This was going in my collection. It just didn't need to happen immediately during the Christmas season. You guys could be anywhere, but you guys are spending time with me, and I appreciate you so much.